ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणाललितान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
So let us read Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Pranati also. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Vashabhanavi Devi Daitaya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha। माधुर्योज्ज्वल प्रेमाढ्य श्री रूपानुग भक्तिद श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते। नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्री मूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुग विरुद्ध अपसिद्धांत द्वंद्वहारिणे। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण।
So welcome everyone on this Thursday evening, the very auspicious day of disappearance day of His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. We all know who is he, right? Or we don't know? We know? Yes. He is the Guru of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila, and son of Bhakti Thakur, a very divine and a very, very exalted personality. He is Nayan Mani Manjari in the spiritual world. That is his real identity, which is explained. So a very, very exalted personality. And we, because of him, we are all here. Why, we will know soon. Today's class, when I was asked to speak, I had one big confusion because he's such a grave person, and to speak about him will be also grave. So, and I am not grave. What to do? It's a very bad combination. But by the mercy of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur only, will be trying to speak something, some of his glories and some of his qualities, and I will leave up to all of you what all we can imbibe in our life. As we pass years, few people become living part of history, then people who are before them, they become history. And it goes on, and then we know very less about them. Like for Srila Prabhupada, we know so much. But for Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, we don't know as much as what we know about Srila Prabhupada. And before that, if we go, say, Jagannath Babaji, not many of us know much. If we go further behind, we don't know much. But whatever we know, based on that, whatever we can learn, whatever we can hear. So I may not have anything new to speak. Practically all of us have heard about Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So I may not have anything new to speak. So whatever we have, we can think over it, ponder over it. So one bhajan Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur had written, and that shows his mindset, his attitude. So we'll sing that bhajan. I request Ganesh Prabhu if you can. The second one, Dushta Man. So we will not be singing the full bhajan, because if we sing the full bhajan, then the class will be finished in that. It's a very long bhajan. So we will be singing only 5 stanzas, and that is sufficient for us to at least put it in our stomach. Then whether you can digest or not, that's a different thing. So we will sing. Now one more thing. I don't know how to sing this bhajan so that everybody can recite after me or sing after me. So please pardon me, whatever tune we have, we'll try to sing in our normal way. Dushtaman, tumi kisera vaishana. Dushtaman,
tumi kisera vaishnava.
Pratishtharatare nirjane ghare.
Pratishtharatare nirjane ghare.
Tava hari nama kevala kaita.
Hari naam kevala kaitava.
Jadera pratishtha sukarera vesha.
Jadera pratishtha shukarera vishta.
Jano nakitaha mayara vaibha.
Janana kita mayara vaibhava.
Kanaka kamini divasayamini.
Kanaka kamini divasayamini.
Bhaviya ki kaja anitya se sab.
Bhavitya ki kaja nitya se saba.
Tumhara kanaka bhogera janaka. Tumhara kanaka
Bhogera janaka.
kanake dhare seva ho mata. Kanake
Hare seva mara.
kamini rakama mahita vadama.
Narita vadama.
ताते करनिष्ठा
वैष्णवेनिष्ठा ताते करनिष्ठा
कहना भजिले अभिवे और
कहना भजिले राधिरे रावा
हरिजन देश प्रतिष्ठा सकेश
हरिजन वेशा प्रतिष्ठा सहेशा
करके नटावे तारा भाव
करके नटावे तारा गौरा
वैष्णवी काजे प्रतिष्ठा समाजे ताते करुणावे अनित्य वैभ
ताते करुणावे अनित्य वैभव
दुष्टमा तुम्ही तेरा वचना Thank you, Prabhu. Basically, you all played so well, so it went well. Otherwise, I was not even able to play Karna. Thank you, Gopal. So, if we hear or read this bhajan, the very first word it says Dushtaman. I don't know whether I should say, but Prabhupada used to say, rascal. So, Prabhupada says that this mind is a rascal. And the very first line he starts with this, that Dushtaman. And you are calling yourself Vaishnav? He's asking a question. Tumi kisera Vaishnav? What type of Vaishnav you are? And then he speaks about all of our heart. We have this desire and to get name, fame, adoration, distinction and all that. And here, he says, Jadaira Pratishtha. In this material world, whatever pratishtha English में क्या होता है? Prestige which we get is like Shukarera Vishta. Who is Shukar? Shukar means a hog. The stool of a hog is equal to the pratishtha or the prestige of this world. He is comparing with that. And because of our conditioning, we are naturally inclined for pratishtha in this material world. It's natural. But then he is comparing it with that. So it's a bhajan which speaks about his preaching to all of us, and he is keeping himself so low. He talks about that. So we all know he is son of Bhakti, Thakur, and he appeared on February 6, 1874. Our grandfather was also not born at that time. So he appeared in 1874. And which part of India he was born? Anybody knows?
Puri.
Jagannath Puri. So he was born in Jagannath Puri, and before his birth, Bhakti Thakur saw that how Advaitacharya had prayed to Lord Vishnu to appear, and then Lord Chaitanya came. So in those 300-400 years, the similar thing had happened in India. So much of deterioration of the pure philosophy had happened. So Bhakti Thakur prayed to Lord Sri Krishna that on my own I cannot give this pure devotional service, the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the whole world. And he prayed that, "Oh my Lord, please send one of your own eternal associate. Please send a ray of Vishnu into this world to give light to this world which is full of darkness." So on the prayers of Bhakti Thakur, Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur appeared. And for all of us, whether we remember any pastime or not, for us we need to always remember one pastime, that on the order of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada went to Western world, that is to US. And then this whole movement grew. And because of that, we are all here. So he appeared in 1874. And when he appeared, his that umbilical cord was on his body, just like those who are Brahman initiated, they have that Brahman thread. It is very, very abnormal. Not everybody they have it. And then one of the astrologer, he read his chart, and he said that this is not an ordinary human being. He is a Mahapurush. When he was 6 months old, so Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his house, it's there on the Grand Road of Jagannath Puri. Now Grand Road is an English word. What is the Oriya word for that road? You don't know? Or you are... इसको पकड़ो प्रभु आप लोगों ने oh you don't know okay homework you do Google it's a Oriya word so the grand road that big road I will not tell you so that on that road Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur or Bhaktivinoda Thakur his house is there so Rath Yatra when it was going on the cart stood right in front of their house and it is said that it remained there for many days. Nowadays the Rath Yatra finishes in one day. It reaches on time. But even till 15-20 years back it was not like that. Because I have witnessed personally in 2002. We went for Rath Yatra and the Rath was there whole night and the next day everything, next part happened. So anyway, so Rath stopped in front of their house. So one time, one moment, Bhakti Vinod Thakur's wife, that is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's mother. Anybody remembers her name? So she decided that she will take her child on cart and she will get blessings of Lord Jagannath. So she took the baby Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur on the cart and the moment he was kept at the lotus feet of Lord Jagannath, the garland of Lord Jagannath fell on the body of Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And obviously Bhaktivinoda Thakur was very happy that yes, there is a hope here with this child. And he was given a name. Anybody remembers what is the name of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, childhood name?
Bimal Prasad.
Mahaprasad.
Bimal Prasad.
Bimal Prasad. Yeah, it is connected with Mahaprasad. That's why I said. You know why Bimal Prasad? What is so unique about Bimal? So, in the temple of Lord Sri Jagannath, there is a goddess Bimala Devi. So, in Mahaprasad, when Bhoga is offered, it is first offered to Lord Jagannath. After that, it is always offered to Bimala Devi, and then it is offered to all the devotees. Right? So, when we get Jagannath Prasad, it is automatically Prasad of Bimala Devi also. So, Jagannath Bhaktivinoda Thakur gave this name, Bimal Prasad. Now, in North India, this Bimal becomes Bimal, or Bimala becomes Vimla. Because in Bengali there is no word like va, it is ba. So they call it Vrindavan. Correct? Where is Bengali? Where is it? Was right, so it is Vrindavan. So both sweet. So when he was 7 years old, he memorized whole Bhagavad Gita. Some of us has memorized whole Bhagavad Gita, right? Okay, one chapter, one only. No. But some of you know, I remember. Some of you remember 15th chapter and 12th chapter. But anyway, he has remembered by heart the whole Bhagavad Gita when he was 7 years old. Not only that, he could explain each verse also. Because in last 50-100 years, our food habits, the environment, the water, whatever part of the world we are, it has been so contaminated that our actual brain, the brain's actual power energy is lost. Otherwise, people in normal course of time, so people could remember verses and they could translate. But here he was a very erudite scholar, so he could explain also each verse. Not only that, if anybody would speak any verse which is not as per the Vaishnava understanding, he would explain and make him understand. He used to read only two books, two authors' book. One, his own father, and second, Narottam Das Thakur. And even after doing this, in his school, he would always talk. Even after doing this, he would not read so much about the school books, but still he would talk always. When he was 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, when he was growing during that age, he would see his father discussing Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita with his guests and all. And he would sit and hear very attentively. Not other kids, but he would always be there. When he was 13 years old, 1-3, his father gave him a tulsi bead to chant Hare Krishna and asked him that please chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
At that age, he kept one deity known as Kurmadev. How many of you have seen Kurmadev deity in photograph or mobile or whatever? Have you seen it? Heard about it?
Yes.
Yes.
Samudra Manthan. So Kurmadev suna?
Yes.
So Kurmadev, why he was worshipping Kurmadev? Because he wanted a spiritual stability from Kurmadev. So he used to worship Kurmadev. And at the same age, that is 13, he used to worship Lord Nrsimhadev also to protect his spiritual life. When he was 16, he entered in the higher school or college, we call it. And he was very brilliant. So in college, he started an organization known as August Assembly. August Assembly. And the condition was that in that assembly, whenever they meet, they will only talk about Bhakti, scriptures, and they will take a vow to remain celibate throughout their life. Many kids, students, his friends, they became interested, inspired, they joined, but only he remained brahmachari throughout his life. But you know why I said? Because we try to understand his mindset, that he was so focused right from his child. So during that period he wrote one book also, Surya Siddhanta, which is on astronomy. I have not read it. Anybody has read it? So in his college also he became very famous. But then he decided that I don't want to complete my studies. Because if I complete my studies, then I will be given a very high post. I will have more responsibility in the material world. And I may have to get married also. So college asked him to become professor, but he didn't study further. He said that I will have more responsibilities of this world, but I want to give priority into serve Lord Shri Krishna. Then, as he was growing, we all know Jagannath Das Babaji. We know Jagannath Das Babaji, who was spiritual master of his father, that is Bhakti Thakur's Guru Maharaj. He came from Vrindavan, and when he saw Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, that how he was so learned and incredible, very strong, intelligent in his astrology, he requested him that you make a Vaishnava calendar which has all the appearance days, disappearance days, all the auspicious days, and then today what we calendar which we follow is prepared based on his first calendar. One time his father was not well, and his father was supposed to attend a conference where many caste Brahmins and caste Goswamis, they were supposed to come, and they supposed to have a debate. Now, in our society, we do not have such kind of casteism. But still, even today, many parts of India, it is there that if somebody is born as Brahman, from Brahman father, he is a Brahman. That's it. Whether he has quality of Brahman or not. So, one brahmachari, he was explaining me that when he was traveling, so the taxi driver, he said, they were discussing, and the taxi driver, he took out his Brahman thread and said that I am also Brahman, and then put it inside. So a Brahman will not drive a taxi. Patan, yajan, yajan. So that is not his activity. So by activity or by his work, he is not Brahman. So this prominence was there too much that somebody is born in Brahman family is Brahman, or somebody who is born in Goswami family, who is the ancestor from Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Lord Nityananda Prabhu, they have the only authority to worship so and so deities. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur fell very weak, very ill, and he wanted to present and show from the scripture that Shyamananda Goswami, who was not a Brahman, but Rasikananda was from the highest Brahman caste, but he took initiation from him. Ganga Narayan Chakravarti, Ramakrishna, they were very high class Brahman family, but they took Diksha from Narottam Das Thakur. So all these things he was talking with himself, and he was feeling very pain that is there not a single Vaishnava in this world who can put down this funny theory coming in from these caste Brahmins who are going to damage the whole Vedic civilization. So he was discussing, and many people from Radha Raman Temple, Goswamis, from Orissa, let me just read what was that place from Orissa. From Shyamananda Goswami Sampradaya in Orissa, all these people, they were requesting Bhaktivinoda Thakur that you must come. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur was physically not well. So, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur wrote one paper on Vaishnava Siddhanta and gave it to his father. When his father read it, he felt that let my son go. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur went, and this whole conference happened at one place. Some of you may be remembering. Anybody try? No. It happened at Midnapur. So, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, we have read it so many times, so I am not going to go in detail what he spoke. But principally he spoke that Kiva Vipra, Kiva Nyasi, Shudra Kene Nai, Yei Krishna Tattva Vitta Sei Guru Hai. If you know the principle of Krishna, right, you are a guru. So he explained from Chaitanya Charitamrita, from Srimad Bhagavatam, from various other scriptures. And when he started speaking, first half of his lecture was glorification of Brahman. So all those Brahmans sitting, they felt that wow, ye to apna hi aadmi hai, he is from us. But after first half, in second half, he started speaking the principles from the scriptures. And then they all were looking here and there, what to do now? This guy has screwed us very badly, run away. And everybody was so happy. All the assembly, they were all so happy. Audience were so happy that thousands of people, they wanted to take dust. Taking dust mentally, intellectually is different thing, but still many parts of India, people, they really want to touch the feet, and they feel that yes, the life will be successful. I remember while talking this, I'm remembering in near to Barsana, there is a place known as Gehwarvan. So it's like it's a jungle. The only animal you see is monkey, but still it is a jungle. But there is a walkway, very nicely made walkway, and two kids will sit there, dressed in Radha and Krishna, and they will allow everybody to touch their feet, but through some donation. So one senior devotee was explaining that our mindset is, let me do at least this act, this act will purify me. If not, then this act will purify me. Let me touch that lotus feet. Chalega, I don't even know who are those kids, but let me touch their feet and let me get purified. But in this case, thousands of people, they wanted his blessings. So police had no choice. So they forcibly took Bhakti Saraswati Thakur, put his both the feet in a bucket, and then that whole water was spread on everybody. And this is how everybody was pacified. Then at one point of time he decided that he will chant 1 billion names of Lord Sri Krishna. Now 1 billion is too much, huh? You know how much 1 billion is? In Hindi we call it Ek Arab. So it takes a lot of time. So it took 9 years for him to finish, and he chanted every day 192 rounds. So he was in Mayapur and he did his tapasya in Mayapur. And during those 9 years, there is one Chaturmas every year. So during that Chaturmas, he took additional vow. This is how he would do his Chaturmas, that he would prepare khichdi, dal or rice, khichdi, with his own hand, and put that khichdi on the ground and keep his both hands behind, and like a cow, he would put his mouth on that food and eat. So whatever he could eat at one time, that is done. Once he removes his mouth, it's gone. That is what his food was. Like that he performed his tapasya. During those 9 years, he slept on the stone ground. So it is written that there was nothing between him and the ground. That's how he slept, without pillow. And Mayapur, it rains a lot also. It floods also. So when it rained, he would chant his rounds by having one umbrella on his hand, and then he would chant his rounds. That's how he did perform these wonderful activities. And then one person came from Vrindavan. His name is Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. So before he did his 1 billion round, this episode, whatever I am going to speak, happened before that. So Gaur Kishore Das Babaji came from Vrindavan. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji was disciple of Bhagavad Das Babaji, who was disciple of Jagannath Das Babaji. Okay. Now we don't hear much about Bhagavad Das Babaji, correct? So there are a few hidden personalities who remain in a lot of background, even like Loknath Goswami. Just we know 2-3 lines what Narottam Das Thakur had explained. Rest we don't know much about it. Similarly, Bhogarabha Goswami, we don't know much about it. So anyway, so when Gaur Kishore Das Babaji came, he went to Navdi, and he was just wearing a tiger skin on his body, and he had a basket with all kinds of Mahaprasad from Vrindavan. And when he first saw Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he gave him a hat, a kind of hat to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur as his gift, because he was related with Bhakti Thakur, and Bhakti Thakur and Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, they know each other. So Gaur Kishodas Babaji gave as gift a cap kind of thing, I don't know, it is written head, maybe a head. And then he also gave him a rope which had 108 knots. So it becomes a beads kind of rope. That also he gave him as gift. And then Bhaktivinoda Thakur told Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur that you should take initiation from Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, because without initiation you cannot make proper spiritual progress. The connection of the mercy of the Lord is imparted to us through the process of Diksha. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur took this as an order, as a request, whatever we call it, and he went to Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, please give me Diksha. Now, many of us, we get Diksha 1 year, 2 year, 3 year finished, and we are happily given Diksha with a recommendation, and then life goes on. Wow. But here Gaur Kishore Das Babaji immediately replied that no, I am not going to initiate anybody. I do not have any disciple also. And you are so well learned, well scholar, so I don't deserve to be your guru. So I won't give. But still Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur insisted. So then Gaur Kishore Das Babaji said that okay, since you are asking me, I will ask Lord Chaitanya and then I will tell you what to do. So after a few days again, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur approached and said, did you check with Lord Chaitanya? He said, yeah, I met him, I talked to him, but I forgot to ask about you. Okay, so then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said that okay, next time again when you talk, please talk about it. So next time when he met, so Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati asked, did you ask this time to Lord Chaitanya? He said, yes, I asked. What did he say? He said, not to give you Diksha. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, obviously he felt very much pain and he started crying, and with utter humility he spoke, he requested Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, and after seeing the genuinity in the heart of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj decided to give him Diksha. And Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj had only one disciple, and that is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Then